So hello everybody and welcome back to the Aramec Double Kill Tournament presented by Grizzly Wing, sponsored by Carbon Games, organized by RUI. I am Steve and I will be casting this game to you. This is game bracket B. This is the round of 16, so these teams both have already won a match and have moved on to the second round. We have GIVATI versus LoveBunny. Our teammates are up on the top area. We have Lethal Poison. Lethal Poison also in a Medic Osprey. Lot of Osprey play today here, folks. Great to see the Osprey coming back. He is joined by Fist Now, and guys, check it out. There it is. You've always talking about it, the Alpha Striker. Fist Now is sporting his Alpha Striker, looking all fancy in it. We are on Duel as the map. They are playing against Mr. No One. Mr. No One in the Deep Sea Osprey. Again, another Osprey play. Great to see all these Ospreys coming out. And his teammate for the red color is King Shelby. King Shelby sporting that Prime Helix. An exclusive skin that you only get when you buy Aramec Prime. King Shelby is sporting that out. So this should be really interesting to see. We've got an Osprey and a Striker versus an Osprey and a Helix. So, which way is it going to be, guys? Is it going to be, is the Striker superior to the Helix? Is the Helix superior to the Striker? Is just one team superior to the other? It's going to be really interesting to see. But Fist Now, for those of you that do know him, he loves harassing. He's right down there. He had already taken out one of those moneymakers. Mr. No One trying to respond, making sure that they don't lose anything more down there, because that is always very, very painful. As all you guys know when you play, when you build your moneymakers at that discount pregame and then you lose them before they even pay for themselves and you have to rebuild them right away, wasting that build time, wasting your resources, wasting your own time, just so that way you don't fall into an economic disadvantage. We are running into a massive amount of lag here, guys. This is not the stream. This is King Shelby with an extremely high ping here. Hopefully he can get this sorted out here, because as we can see, we've already completely run out of buffer, and we have come into full real time of this match. So King Shelby, if you are hearing us, that is bad. You should not be hearing us. You should be muting the stream. This is a competitive tournament with $500 worth of prizes on the line. That is right, folks. If you have not done the math, if you've not added it up, there is so much prizes that were donated by Carbon Games to sponsor this tournament that we actually are competing for a total of $500 worth of different bundles and prizes and giveaways and everything through this tournament, guys. So this is the biggest tournament ever for Aramec. There have been other ones with some other big prizes. One of the most notable ones, in my personal opinion, was Ty's Tombstone. When he did his Ouya one. But definitely by far, guys, this is the biggest purse for any tournament hosted by Aramec. So if you're not hyped, if you're not psyched, if you're not driven by this, guys, I don't know what it is that will make you driven here, because this is just awesome, fantastic, and we get to be a part of it here. These players get to compete in it. I get to stream it. You guys get to see it, watch it, and be with it. So I mean, this is just really awesome. Unfortunately, King Shelby's ping is not getting sorted out. This is going to slow down the game a little bit, and it is going to lag it out. But clearly, as I was mentioning, with this much prizes on the line, no team is going to just start dropping out of the game. You know that they're going to try to push through. And they want to win it, because I mean the top team, they get that, each player in the team gets that $100 diamond bundle. That's 42,000 diamonds plus the coveted tournament cup, something that only very few players actually own. It is extremely coveted. Basically, it is OP. They shouldn't even call it the Tournament Cup. They should just call it the OP Cup. So even through a little bit of this lag here, the red team, Mr. No One and King Shobi have successfully secured this middle power station here. Very, very important secure because it suddenly completely turns the tables now on the Carbon team. They went from being in a good position to now actually being on the defensive end. King Shobi's pin is up at 1,000 and is making it extremely difficult for these players to play. As we're saying, King Shobi, by chance, if you still have any of these two streams running, you should not just be muting the streams. These streams should be completely stopped. Thereby, A, you don't have any unfair advantage, and B, it helps to avoid these ping issues and gives your competitors a little bit more fairness in this competition here. So, hopefully we get it sorted out, guys. I obviously really don't want it that it's like this for you guys. I was getting better for a moment here. Mr. No One, massive defense on this middle power station here. Lots of tanks. I saw a tech pot coming out. Artillery is flying in. Carbon Color team did have a jammer out. Mr. No One's trying to take that jammer out because he knows once that jammer is out of play, that suddenly makes his artillery just that much more effective. And for those of you that haven't seen the jammers in action, they are really good if you're being massively bombarded by an enemy team using mass amounts of artillery, especially in a 2v2 or 3v2. You want to make sure at least one of your teammates has a jammer if the other team has artillery. Right now, we've got a massive push up for this upper outpost. They are going for the upper right one. If the red team is able to properly secure this, this will give them a massive and potentially game-deciding advantage if they have the proper securing, because as you guys know, at this point they can launch the tanks out. They just got to come around here, spin around straight up. This base is completely undefended, nothing but a lunchbox providing a shield to this base. So this base is in very a dangerous predicament right now, and Carbon team needs to really make sure that they do what they can to try to get this outpost back. Both of them working together, realizing that Lethal Poison and Fist now, they were going up against just Mr. No One, but King Shobi is coming in here. He's coming in with those Helix rockets. And with those Helix rockets, it makes it really hard to stay on the ground and do the damage. But they do succeed in neutralizing it. But neutralizing is one thing. Can they secure it? Can they actually get their creeps in there in time and secure it before it is too late and before the red team just takes it back? King Shobi realizing that this is potentially a situation, so they are sending in more tanks to actually try to help secure this. This now barely gets down all his creeps before King Shobi takes him out throughout the little bit of the delay there. They do not actually get, and because of that, the Carbon team did not get this outpost secured. Red team has so many tanks coming in now and a couple Seekers that it's really going to make it very hard for the Carbon Color team to try to take this back now without a significant investment of resources and units, which it will take so much on there and it'll leave their base completely undefended. Red team also pushing in on this factory. Red team has such a high unit count advantage. It's starting to look, unfortunately, like the last game where there just is not going to be too much that the Carbon Color team can do. As you guys can see, we are looking at 26 units on the Carbon side, 70 units over on the red team. It's a just massive number difference. And unfortunately, we can see Fist now, Lethal Poison. They're not as used to playing with severe lag. It is definitely affecting their ability to do what they want to do, how they want to do it. So for those of you that are watching that are competing Please definitely make sure that when it is your game, that anything that could use your internet resources, or anybody else in your house that can use your internet resources, that they just give you a little bit of a courtesy for your game, to make everything better. And interestingly enough, now that almost all the outposts are secured, suddenly King Shelby's ping has gotten really, really good, dropped all the way down to like 170, and apparently I spoke too soon. So let me just throw it out to the viewers then here, while we're waiting on these rockets to painfully fire so slow, one at a time here. What are you guys thinking so far? Are you happy to see it back? See OPTV live here. Are you guys enjoying the stream? Are you guys enjoying the new updated quality of the stream? The high frame rates, the high resolutions. Hopefully it's really something that you guys are enjoying. And something that Insomniac mentions here in the chat, which is very interesting, is lag is a test of patience and fortitude. Dude, seriously, that sounds like that belongs either in a fortune cookie or on a t-shirt. I love that, man. Lag is a test of patience and fortitude. Thank you, Insomniac, for that fantastic words of wisdom. I really do like that. Taking a look now out on the field, we do have the tech pods out, and because of that, we've got the Goliaths that have come out on the field. These Goliaths are just... they are like a one-stop wrecking machine. About the only thing that can really take them on efficiently, especially in a 1v1, is that Devastator tank. But the Devastator tank, as I'm not expecting it to see too much in this highly competitive play, 48,000 credits, such a long build time, it's just not feasible to actually build it in time. And Lethal Poison barely drops that tank before it's too late, but he drops the tank just in time. Gets to his base, gets some healing done, flies around, barely survived that, but great play. Mr. No One does go down the fist now. Great play in the Striker there. Striker's fantastic for dogfighting one-on-one, and Fist now trying to show how it's done in the Striker, chasing down King Shelby. You know that there's definitely a little bit of a pent-up aggression right now towards King Shelby. And I think Fist now was making sure that there was absolutely no way King Shelby was going to walk away alive from that one. He's like, you want to lag me? Just watch what happens. Single Goliath tank coming in on the main fortress itself, but as I said, 1v1, a Goliath tank is almost unstoppable, but if you send a Goliath tank in against 5, 6, 7 tanks, it's not going to survive. It might take 1 or 2 tanks out, depending upon how well organized the team have their own units in defense, but unfortunately in a situation like that, it's just not going to make it. Taking a look now at the numbers, guys. 23 units out on the field for the Carbon team, 80 units out on the field for the Red team. Basically, the Red team is almost double the units on the field that the Carbon team can have in total. Pretty much, yeah. Max would be 94 for the Carbon team, and there we go. Red team has now 95 units out on the field, so they have double out on the field what is the theoretical maximum for the Carbon color team. And unfortunately, this is not looking good for our Carbon colored team here of Lethal Poison and Fist now. They don't have the units. They're losing their outpost. They're trying to do what they can, and as you can see, guys, this is the other great thing when you got a big tournament like this. You don't give up. You know, as that movie said, never give up, never surrender. You know, you're tasting that final prize, and you just want to do what you can. Just hang in there, see if you can get a comeback. If for some reason one of the two carbon colored team can actually get a few units, I would say Lethal Poison, being that Osprey, he has that high carrying capability. If perhaps he can sneak around the side down here, guys, fly through. The only real danger he has would then be from that Gorgon that's right there. Then if he actually flies in, comes across right here, the red base completely undefended, wide open for attack. A good drop of a couple good units, like maybe a few busters, working in tandem, could really potentially catch the red team off guard, do a lot of damage, and either give the carbon team enough time that they need to maybe regain some of these outposts, or to at least destroy some units, or something along the lines to give themselves a window of opportunity and a fighting chance to get in and try to get it back. And that basically, folks, I mean, if I was in the game, that would be pretty much what I'd be considering to do. Other than that, there's not much where I see anymore. Those limited resources, those outposts, were definitely just showcased right there for Lethal Poison. He didn't have any more healing ability on that outpost. There was no way that he could stay alive. Being shot at, could not go. That is definitely a really big... Oops, and I think an accidental vote started there. I'm sure that was not on purpose at the last... at this point in the game. We do have a Goliath tank that's coming in here. 6 Goliaths moving all in on the base. Carbon team doing what they can to try to stop it. They're gathering the units together. They got some flamers out to try to do that extra armor reduction. They're shooting them back. But Mr. No One did now show up. Started to reorganize it. Pulling generators out. Apparently 108 units on the battlefield is not enough for our red team. They want more than 104 units out on the battlefield. And they are dropping down the generators to do it. They are up to 141 unit cap now. They did finally capture that last outpost up in the corner. We do have that imminent danger coming on, but I think unfortunately that this is going to probably end for the carbon color team long before that imminent danger countdown actually ends. We've got, let's see now, 4 Goliaths moving in here. We have artillery flying. Our red team is rearranging these tanks to shoot in at the lower armored places. We've got so many Seekers here. Even when Carbon Team reforms with this many Seekers and hats on the field, they won't even stand a chance long enough to actually do anything. This is pretty much backs against the walls right now. And we just are going to kind of have to sit here and watch as the base drains out of health. However, I was wrong. They actually, the imminent danger domination state did actually occur before the base was destroyed. I thought it may not have happened. But guys, this is what you call when you've completely surrounded everybody and you've got them against the wall. You've got a complete mix of units. You've got your tanks, you've got your Seekers, you've got your hacks, you've got your mech supporting. This is unfortunately one of those situations that when you're the team... When you're the team on the receiving end of this, you know that there's just no way you're getting out of this. So there we go, guys. That is Bracket V of the Grizzly Wing Presents Double Kill Tournament.